Alrighty. Hey, Robin. Alrighty. TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. Here we are. All right. Doc here from North America. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And let's lower that volume. There we are. Hey, George. Good morning to you. There we are. Got that volume down now. I'm happy about that. All right. Let's take a peek where we're headed and where we're at and what is going on. You can see the dollar index there on J4X up here. Right there. You can see it's trying to turn up again. The dollar just showing a little strength in there. Over on Chicago Quant, I think it's been in a buy for a couple of days now. Let's see. We'll tell you in a second. Ding, 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 ding. It's around here somewhere. There it is. Right underneath heating oil. Yeah, so it's been in, this is the fourth day in a buy at this point. They've really had I guess interest rates, have made a teeny weeny little move. I know in the other, switching in directions again. The 30-year, let me just show you the 30-year right there. It went into the sell yesterday, but look at it today. It's coming right back up again. So that will probably translate into the currency market on the pairs. Remember, half the planet it's 8:32 a.m. here on the East Coast. The United States is just getting rolling along now, electronically for a couple hours, and now we're heading towards, the last day of the week with some action, with some good news coming, not good news, some big news coming out. I think there's the core rate comes out somewhere along the line today. And, so we have that type of action going on. We have option expiration. It's the end of the month. All kinds of interesting things are occurring. But most of the planet is already closed. Tokyo, it's 10:32 p.m. So a lot of the world is, starting to shut down for the weekend, that type of thing. What do we got here? Vic Histo 109. I like 109. I like that. Is that 109 or 09? It's 09. Vic Hist 09. The echo is irritating. As long as my train of thought is not, that's okay. If my train of thought becomes irritating, then I'm sad. Anybody else hearing echoes out there? Let's just check around. Maybe I'm just being loud. Am I being loud? Maybe I'm being too loud. How's it now, 09? Is it A-okay? Well, just let me know if I'm irritating. I'll try to adjust, okay? Not okay, George. Thank you. Thank you. So, where are we at? I'll talk softer. Maybe that'll help out. I think I was a little loud this morning. Let's see where we go from there. Hey, no problem at all, 09. No problem at all. So you can see the bond is trying to turn up. Matter of fact, it's not trying, it's turned up. But the algorithm right there has not moved yet. It hasn't started that process. The weekly is holding on, so it looks like another week in the buy, which means obviously that the trend is that the product goes up in price, which means interest rates go down. That's the way that rolls there. From there, we go back to the dollar index itself. Let's check it out. What it is what it is. There it is right there. And the dollar index doing that same thing on Chicago Quant. And the weekly is, let's see, where is that weekly? I think it's still in a sell, but the fast is trying to close the week out above the zero line. So that's definitely a warning there. That interest, I don't know, that could be a warning. Let's see. We'll see. Prices have been dropping. And because prices are dropping in the dollar, it usually means that interest rates have been rising. Is that right? No, it's the other way around. Interest rates have been dropping. And so if we start to see the dollar index start to turn up, then there's going to be, it's the bond traders, which are the most nebulous, most, secretive, the most, the move at the strike of lightning type of universe. So as they like to call them over here, the bond vigilantes. Which, can you imagine, you You get labeled as the bond vigilante. What a wild name that is. So we'll see what this is all about. The fast moving up, and you can see the slow, the green line here, has not been able to get even through the manifold right there, that yellow line, the minus manifold. So we'll see what goes with that. All right, now let's go to where we headed from there. Do we have anything else to say about any of this? I guess the biggest thing of all is the March personal spending. Oh, okay, it did come out. March personal spending came out, and it was Z0.0 actual versus a 0.1 anticipated. March core PCI came out. It is 0.3 up compared to 0.3 estimated. So that's good. That's what they're watching, and that's let's see what they did with the stock market with that, because that's a very sensitive thing to this data that I thought was waiting for. It looks like they jacked it up to the 45 area from the news. Let's put this up. This is the whole action right there. So it came out right here, and they slammed it down. Then they took it up within a minute. They took it up and made a higher high from there without making a lower low. And now it's made another higher low right here, and it's trying to see if it's going to take out the 46 area and start lifting more. So that's the action we're seeing there. All right. Oh, what do we got here? We have Osamawingi. Cool. Euro yen, Swiss yen, cable yen. Hot damn. I'm coming. Here I come. Let's get them up on the screen. Let's throw one up on J4X to start off with, and then we'll follow it behind from the Chicago Quant. Thank you for asking for something. Euro yen. Let's see. When's the last time we've seen euro yen? No one's asked us for euro yen in a while. Look at that. So that is EUR. That's really weird. Okay. Slash. I think I'm going to put my glasses on for this. Slash. Euro yen. There it is. Euro yen. Right there. So there's euro yen. Let's put it up on Chicago Quant. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. I like this. Me likey this. Let's see what these things say. Now there's Euro GBP. So let's make a copy of that. And we'll put, see, did you ask for GBP too? Yeah, we did. No, you didn't. Euro, JPY, JPY, and JPY. Okay. So let's make a copy of that. And then we'll insert it in there. Let's see, we have all the parameters we want too. That's a 3.5 down at the bottom. That's a 3 at the top. Good. We'll go with that. Copy. Paste. And let's get the yen in there. Yen. JPY. No. We don't even have that? How about that? Add a symbol. Cash. Euro. Boy, I haven't looked at that in so long that this is a whole new computer from the last 10 months, 12 months, something like that. There's Euro Swiss. There is Euro Yen. So let's put that in. Okay. What was the other two? Let's get those in there too. CHF JPY. Let's find that too. We'll load them all in now. CHF. Look up. JPY right there. That's going to be interesting. Add. Okay. And then last but not least, it was it GPY? You think that? Oh, okay, cool. I think it'll go down. I think it'll go up. And then I think it'll go down again. And then after that, I think it'll go up. So I agree with you. It's going to go down. And I can give you 50 or 60 outs further. So it'll go down, then it'll go up. And then when it'll go, after it gets done going up, it'll go back down again. So I'm right there with you. I agree with you 100%. Let's see, the last one is GBP JPY. No, not CHF. GBP. GBP. Look up. GBP, JPY. There it is. Okay, we got them all added now. So now we can see what Doc's math says about it all. Okay, let's put that in right. Let's see, did we do that yet? No, we didn't. Okay, so I close that. I go to there. And the first one is Euro Yen. Let's check it out. I love this. This is cool because I like seeing things raw for the first time with everybody else. We haven't looked at this in so long. And you can see the success of the math, which is what I'm here for to begin with. And there is the yen. And then, I don't see the dots, but let's do this. Let's make that thicker, style-wise. I should have copied something that's a little bit thicker-ish, you know? Let's see, like that. And then, let's see, what do I do? Apply it to all. There we are. That's better. And then, let's see. Let's just go from here. So you can see it went into the sell here on a weekly. It went into the buy. I guess this is the buy here. It was in the buy here for this move here, so that's cool. But let's choose a point in space. Oh, and let me read the tape too, what you guys are saying. How about GBP USD? We do that one too. I got that already. I think GBP USD is going up or down. Oh, no, I mean, we'll go down. Right, I answered that one already. Not only will it go down, when it stops going down, it will go back up again. I am a fan of John Pearson. Don't know him. 3-day pivot. Is that oh, what is her name? She was at my wedding. Oh God, Linda Reschke. Do you know Linda Reschke? She's been around for about 35, 40 years. She has this 3-day pivot thing that she does. Is this nah? Okay. Yeah, Linda's been around a long time. Trader on the floor on the Pacific Coast, on the Philadelphia, and so forth. Yeah, and she's had a real big thing on that. Linda Reschke. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so to start off with, let's look at Euro GBP. You can see it over here on Chicago Quant. We'll make it big. You can see this here. Let's do this. We'll make this bigger like that. And you can see, it follows the rules like everybody else pretty well. It tops out up in here. It takes a while. When it turns red, it starts to, and the green line is below. It's breaking down. This is a volume thing that we've been paying attention to. Someone came into the webinar and said, hey, can you check out this volume thing? And we've been watching it to see if it gives us any insight. So far, it's okay. It's a lagging indicator, nothing major. I only follow volume myself when it's on an intraday basis, not on a daily or weekly trend. I don't pay attention to volume, but only because you can't really you can't connect what am I looking for? You can't connect up the derivatives that are traded around it. So in other words, if you follow volume and you're not following the calls and the puts and the futures contracts and the action in them, including it into the underlying volume itself, then you're not getting a true picture of volume, supply and demand. So I steer clear of it for that reason. Let's see now. I just want to, let's see. So let's go back to my charts. Let's see. Where are you? There we are. Let's put that in. Yeah, okay. And then we'll put this one in, and then we're going to come back. You'll be able to see us. There we are. There we go. Okay. So now let's make it so you can see our work, which is just as important. So you can see here, let's make this a little bit thickerish. Should have chose one that was already prepped. There we are. That's better. Make that a little bit thickerish. There we are. Make the manifolds a little bit thicker. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're in good business here. Okay. Click that. Click that. Now you can see this is where it went into the first weekly sell. You can see the fast algorithm broke down right there pretty quick. So you can see our math was ahead of the curve. It broke down and went into the weekly sell up in here on the fast. The slow was at the end of this week, which was really cool because then you caught this whole action down. Our daily was in a sell from this point right there. So that's a pretty good thing. What it's telling us now is it wasn't a daily buy from here all the way up. It's been in a daily buy from this point on, and it's been in a weekly buy. You can see the fast moved into the weekly buy here, and the slow joined in basically here in that area right there. It started the weekly buy. See how it's through the green line is through our manifold on the plus side, and so our math has been catching that one pretty easy. What else would you like to know about that on the Assam? What else would you like to know about any of that? Does that help out any? High low, yeah. Robin had a fund at one time. You used to do pivots with that, didn't you? Oh, you know Pearson. Cool. Have you seen Linda Reschke's work, Robin? She's more of an equity person than she is a futures person, but I think I introduced her to you back in Los Angeles, back in the 80s, early 90s, something like that. Linda Reschke. She's not really a pivot though, is she? She's just a 3-day system. Something about highs and lows and closes, but not with the pivot itself. Something like that, right? Okay, Assam. Okay, that makes sense to me now. Good. Confirming, making me sure I'm not crazy. And where is it? Assam. Assam. Let's see. What's the next one you want to see? We're going to throw that in. See if this helps you out trading these products. What was the next one? The next one was Euro. No, it wasn't. It was Swiss. It was Swiss yen. They got a lot of interesting things going on with the yen. They got a new president or something like that, and so they're going to do a year to a year and a half study now about what to do with the way they've been buying bonds and buying stocks and so forth. Supposedly it's going to be pretty groundbreaking. We'll see. Or he's just giving us lip service, one or the other. So something about 2% inflation, something like that, you know. Assam says, is it right to buy any of the pairs at the current stages? Oh, I shouldn't have taken that one off before. Where was I at with that? I guess it was in a weekly buy. I think it was in a weekly buy. As long as it's in a weekly buy and a daily buy, yeah, you can buy them. This thing's doing the same thing here too. And so it's going back into the daily buy here. Pretty big spike. My favorite would be like in the Swiss yen right here. When it goes into the weekly buy and a daily buy. So let me just put those in. The last weekly and daily buy. Where's that line at? That was where the buy is. So there's the daily. That was the daily buy right there. And it's been in that daily buy until right here. Went into the sell for a couple of days. Not that one right there. No, one day. Went into a sell yesterday. Maybe not. What's that? Is that a minus? That's a minus. So it went into a sell 2 days ago. So it went into the sell. Get back over there. So it went into the sell right here on that close right there. But we're in a weekly buy, so you don't take the short. It's a neutral position. So then now it's trying to go back into the buy today with no problem. So yeah, I think it's safe to go after buy, and it looks, it's got I got an 8.5 out of 10 chance. The only problem I have is when you have had a long run like this, I'm a little bit more leery on a spike. Spikes can be just what they are. They're like the little spike you had right. Oh, you can't see that. So like the little spike you saw. Where's that mouse at? Right there. So you can see like the little spike you had here. It did carry for a while, and it was in a weekly buy at the time. That's a pretty big spike. I would try to how much ever you're going to buy, only buy about 25% now, and then dollar cost average in it. Come back tomorrow or Monday, take a look at our charts. Put it into something like here, like the way J4X is. Let's put J4X into that too. That is the Swiss CHF. Yeah, where am I at? Slash? Yeah, slash. There it is. Yen. So that's the only problem is that when you get a run like that, you kind of look at, and also at the same time, it's awful high up. Let's take a look on my work. When's the last time it got that high up and kept on running like a mad animal? You know what I mean? It may be a very simple pop. You can see back in, what is that? That's in September of last year. It was, it got up that high. It did it here in February. You can see it kind of slowed, moped for a couple days down, and then climbed up again because it was in the buy. So my inclination is, well, however much you want to get into that pairs trade, only make it 20%, and then dollar cost average in as it's dropping, not rising, dropping. Is that a good answer for you? And that's for the what is this? This is the Swiss yen. Now, what did I do the other? The euro yen had that same look to it. So I would, if you're asking for both of those, that's my opinion. Just a slice. I do a very small dollar cost averaging, breaking it down into say 5, because you've already had the great massive, one of the great runs right there. It's a great run. Last time it did that great run, look what it did right afterwards. You had a great run. It was in a weekly buy and a daily buy. Goes into the buy, has a great run, and then they slam the daylights out of it. So you definitely don't. You don't want to. However much you're going to buy in the pairs trades here, you definitely don't want to do it, wholeheartedly. You want to take only maybe 20% of the amount of capital that you're going to trade. Worst case scenario, if you do it that way, is you make money. That's how that works. And, in other words, you don't make as much as you would like to make, but then does anybody ever really make as much as they would like to make? Hey, Doc, may I know what platform are you using? J4X over here on the left, and Chicago Quant Technologies over here on the right. And it's trade. What do you call it? Multi-charts right here. This one, with my algorithms embedded into it, code-wise. Let's see. Now let's go look at your last one, Assam. What was the last one? Last one was another yen too. It was GBP yen, right? Yeah, I think that's what it was. GBP yen. GBP Yenski, right there. Okay, there it is. And we'll do that again. GBP yen. Okay. All right, close. Now this is the GBP yen. And you can see it went into the buy right here at this big bottom. Boy, this is nice and active. And you can see, let's see if we can widen this a little bit more so you can see it better. And I'll just move it over to that area. So it goes into the buy here for a nice pop. There was the, let's widen this even more so you can see it better. Because I can show off my math. So it goes into a daily buy right there. We're in the weekly buy, you get that great pump. Then we go into a daily sell, and you catch that whole ride on the downside for that. Now, the weekly sell puts you into the weekly sell right. Let's put a line in there for you. Right there. See how it crosshaired that? And we're just going to go like this all the way up. Right there. So it goes into the weekly sell there. You're in the daily sell starting right here. I'll just put it up top here, right there. So the daily sell there goes into the weekly sell a couple days later, right there. And it's winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now, Assam, let's go all the way back to where we're at now. And that is, you can see here, it's doing that same thing. It went into the buy. Let's widen this even more. So you can see it's gone into the buy 2 days ago, right there. Went into the buy right there. See it above that? It's above there and up and away. It's in the weekly buy since back here. So this thing's doing the same gig again. You know, it's having nice runs. Assam, that help you out? I hope it did. Assam wink ahoo. I hope it did. All right. Where do we go from there? Let me think. From there, we go over to where did we? Oh, we left off like up on. We didn't even look at that on J4X. Let's see what it looks like on J4X. GBP. GBP yen. I gotta put it in there. Slash. Where's Mr. Slash at again? Slash JPY. I think they're going to, you know, I think you have to be aware that they are getting ready to, you know, we talked about the yen yesterday, you know. It seems to have gone the Crocodile Dundee way, you know, it's going on its walkabout, you know. It does that every so often, and they have good reason to, you know, they've been they've been doing quantitative easing now since like I think it's 89. Yeah, I think it's 89, since 1989. So, you know, they're the new president of the Bank of Japan says he's going to do a full analysis and probably change their target for inflation and probably what they're buying. You know, in other words, you know, maybe they're going to sell bonds, buy stock more. No, I guess it would be the other way around. They own some outrageous level of stock now, something like 40% of the Topex or 52% of the Topex index they own. You know, it's like they're very invested. So I don't exactly know what they're going to do, but that's probably why we're seeing some really dramatic changing going on in the yen itself. I saw him interviewed this morning on Nikkei TV. So, all right. Where do we go from here, traders? I hope I answered your questions. If anybody has another question, fire it out. And Osam, were you also asking about? Let's see. I think GBP will go down. You said that was 09. You're saying that GBP is going to go down. So let's look at GBP. We go there anyway. Normally we do Euro first, but we can do GBP first instead. And you can see there we're 3 days in a buy at the moment, and we've been in a weekly buy since back in here. Back in here. So, what'd you say? You think you're going down? Yep. I think it'll go down too, and then I think it'll go up again, and then I think it'll go down, and then it'll go up, and then it'll go down, and it'll go up, and more than likely every time my green lines occur right here, it'll go up, and every time a red line comes in, more than likely it will go down, especially if it's in a weekly sell, not a weekly buy. So, yep, up and down, up and down. That's what the markets do. I agree with you. Totally. 100%. All right. Where else do we go from there? We go back to the euro. Oh, and let's put it up on J4X too right now. Let's do that too. There's cable. And you can see it's trying to do that same gig here too. You know, it's been in a buy. It gave its sell signal, but without the green, so you can't take the trade. Now it's back into the buy again. So right now it's telling to go up, not down. But the moment it goes red, it will go down. And we're all in agreement with that. Let's see. Robin said, I was reading further up. Let me go back down again. I scrolled up to see what was going on there. All right, 09. Anything else we can look at for you? If not, we'll go over to the euro now and take a peek at that. There is the euro. Oh, and Robin, I saw Aragon speaking on TV this morning. So he seems to be back in the saddle again. That cowboy rides. All right. Now from there's the euro. You can see it there. We'll put it up over on Chicago Quant. And there is the euro. Excuse me. So, as you can see here, the euro is... trying to head down. We went into a sell yesterday. Yeah, we closed it. No, we didn't. We had the volatility signal. Now it's really doing it. It's pushing away to green and a red. We usually would put a line in there if it was no dots or a red dot. And then now it's trying to lift back up, and it's giving us the red dot, so it's holding us in that buy. And you can see the range is widening a little bit there for a few days. And you can see we're still in the weekly with no problem. It's been in that buy since the 107-ish area. So the euro is happy hippo. All right, from there, we dance our way over to the Swiss. There's the Swiss, just trying to trade up on the top end of its range, or its small downwardly range, I guess you could say. It's in a buy for 2 days, and the weekly is still in a sell, and the fast is barely making it through the negative manifold itself, so I'm not worried about any dramatic shift, just maybe short-term buying, and that's it. And then let's put it up over here. Over here. Over there. The traders are coming. All right, there you go. You can see, it's going into the buy here about right there. So that's at 1, 2. This is the third day. It's a second day. No. Yeah, second day, because that's the second day of a green on the hinkies. So, and the line crossed 3 days ago. So that's not that bad. Showing strength in the Swiss, trying to lift, like right here. Same game. And so you can see that pressure on the upside when it comes to the Swiss. It seems, as we said yesterday, it seems to be very comfortable, back in order again. So, all right. Now from the Swiss, we'll go over to the yen again, dollar yen. We looked at all those other yens. And let's take a look at dollar yen. Where are you, dollar yen? Right there. And there's a spike again. It's doing it with all the currencies. We've been in a sell from here, and then finally it's jumped back into the buy right here. I thought it closed in a buy last night, but it did not. How about that? And it's in a weekly buy, so you can't be short throughout this whole thing, and you've missed that opportunity. That's just the way it goes. It's the safety net that we live by. So as it went into the sell here, we're in a weekly buy, so you can't be short. So all you can do is, you could buy put spreads so you don't get stopped out, that type of thing. But not hard delta, pairs trade to pairs trade. And then you can see here, whatever came out this morning, I guess that was the head of the bank of now it's just finally, would you believe it's just finally hit? Would you believe it's just finally hitting my brain? I watched him this morning. In other words, I haven't been thinking, why is it spiking? I didn't even think about why it spiked. I just knew it spiked. There it is. It spiked. But now I realize what I'm talking about this morning, about the head of the new head of the Bank of Japan is going to change up the way they do things. He's started a study for a year, and could go as long as a year and a half, and then he's going to change things. And they're talking about changing the target of their inflation, and the way they buy stocks and the way they buy bonds. So no wonder it spiked. Do you remember what I said? Anybody out there remember what I said about the way politics works? Remember, this is a political person that's doing that. It's a banker. And it took politicians to put that banker, that central banker, into his job. Or her job, whatever. But the end result is you go back a whole month when you see something like this. And look at what happened a month back in this range here. That's when the committee knew that his agenda was going to be what he put out yesterday or last night. More like last night or today, I guess you could say. And so back here, you see that big spike right there? That's when the committee knew what the change was going to be. Right around in here they were talking about it. Because that committee is the ones that put him in his job. They hire him. Okay, so they automatically knew, and they were telling their friends and family members and so forth, don't be long the dollar against the yen. Why? Well, we just got done hiring a new banker, and he's going to do X. Really? When's he going to tell us, everybody? Next month, when he's finally sitting in the seat. But they already knew politically, because they hired him. They're his bosses. So that just shows you classic front running of what's going on by government people, politicians. all the time. We can see it all the time. You know, that's how it works in the United States, the same way. They go in front of a committee. They get hired. Ooh, do I have some stuff I didn't answer? Let's see. Let me just double check. Right. Osam says, is it right to buy? I read that. Hey, Doc, may I know I did that? Thank you. Okay, good. No one's asked any questions. All right, so, you know, there's classic front running all the time. You can see the former Speaker of the House made a good $100+ million by knowing what was going to be the policy of the government and buying days and weeks ahead of time. So she was trading the options. Her and her husband traded the options and made millions upon millions upon millions upon millions. So it goes on all the time. And here it is. That's that example again. I remember saying that when about Japan doing something back X. I forget what it was. It was the same thing. I said go back a whole month. Anytime you see a spike, go back a whole month. If it's a government situation where they put a new person in power and the policy change comes out of nowhere, you see the big news right there. The rest of the market sees it right there. Hence the reason you don't really step up for that move. You buy it on the weakness the next day. Because, you know, that's just the spike of, it's the classic buy on rumor, sell on news. And that's the selling of the yen with it going up like that. Because the dollar is gaining against it. That's what it is. So, as I sip my tea for like the 5th time, excuse me for doing that. That's the story. All right, from there, what we're going to do is we will slide over to the Turkish lira. And we did see, we didn't put up there? We didn't put the yen up there. Let's put the yen on there, too. Dollar yen, right there. There's dollar yen. And it's got that cute little spike like everybody else. So what we're going to do is we'll slide over to President Erdogan's currency, the Turkish lira. See what that's up to once it fills in for the... no, what is that? I don't want that. That's a piece of junk. There it is. There we go. That's better. All right, over here I'm going to slide in the Turkish lira on Chicago Quant. There it is, Euro Turkish lira. It's been in a buy for 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th day. They had an interesting spike at another all-time high yesterday. They're at all-time highs in that product so many times. Oy, 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 that's hurts the population, and I can't say any more about that. When your currency goes from 1 to 21, ouch. Rob and I had a conversation about that yesterday or 2 days ago. You imagine you used to be able to buy something for $1 with 1 Turkish lira. Now you have to give them 21 Turkish lira for buying the same thing that's worth $1. Ouch. All right, so there it looks like it's holding up pretty well, staying in the buy. Another week in the buy. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be the 6th week. Next week we'll start the 7th week in the Turkish lira. And let's put it up on J4X. There's the yen with that nice big spike right there. Yeah, so Osam, if you're there, be careful. We've made the case where you can buy it when it goes down. Buy low, sell high. And if you have to because you're some type of producer, buy only 20%. Now let's put up the Euro lira. Euro lira. Where is it at? Right there. There we are. Yeah, somehow or other my brain was disconnected from the story and just looking at the technical analysis. All right, there's the Turkish lira. Boy, it looks like a real triangle developing in this whole thing. When you make it bigger, it's like a triangle. I don't know what they're going to do with that poor currency. I guess it's just going to keep on sliding in that direction for a while. I don't think they have anything left when it comes to tricks. All right. From there, we go over to the King Peso, the King Mexican Peso, the most powerful potential brick in the index. There it is. And it's showing lots of strength against the dollar this morning right there. because it's at the bottom end of the range. Not that it's made a decent move at all. You know, it's you can see it was in a buy for the last couple of days, and now it's trying to get into the sell. We're in the weekly sell for a couple of days here, and fast has been in a weekly sell since the 1840 area. And the slow has been in a sell since the 1820-ish area, 1815 area, and now it's trading at 1801. So this is the king peso, the most powerful of the bricks to be. We're not sure if it's going to be a brick. That circle was when they said that they were going to be a brick, and then they got quiet when they found out that their currency moved in 3 days from 17 and high 17s to the low 19s. So that kind of made them think twice, and I don't know what they're doing now. But last I heard, they're going to want to join the BRICS. So if they join the BRICS, they will be the king brick, the way the euro is the king euro to the dollar index. And that is our story. That's the story. All right, from there we go over to two currencies that like to match up to the commodities. There's the dollar CAD right there. It's been climbing, and we go over to J4X and we put in crude oil, West Texas Intermediate, please, and it's been trending down because they like to move in opposite directions. So when oil is losing value against the dollar, so is the Canadian. Okay. And you can see here it's been in a buy for a bunch of days. It's trying to slide into the sell. Maybe oil is going to pop back up. I don't know. We'll see. And you can see we've been in a weekly sell since back in here, you know, up in this area. And all it's done is go down, made new lows, made lower highs. And now it's doing the opposite. It's turning around. It's trying. The fast went into the buy last week, and the slow is having a problem. But it is through the manifold. So obviously, one thing is for sure: if this thing goes minus, and that green line is through this side of the manifold, but not through the zero line, wait a day or use option derivatives, binaries. You know, and don't just go for the hard pairs trade, the delta there. All right, so now from there we go in reverse direction. We go to the South African Rand, and we go take a look at gold. Now that thing is all upside down. Poor South African Rand. The president has basically stepped on his tail, and so at this point the currency itself is just not a good indicator of gold anymore. Whereas up until this point right here, where it says politics 500,000 cash, this was a perfect product to pair up with. If it was going down and losing and gaining against the dollar, you could bet your bottom dollar that a 99.9% chance that gold was going to go up. And until that happened, and then you can see that distortion with the two green lines, and it says politics 500,000 cash. That's when the country went upside down. They thought the president had to resign. And he said, I don't have to do anything but collect my money. Get out of my way. And he's still president. And you can see the currency. You know, when you look at that currency, what has it been doing, traders? It's been going up more than it's going down. I think it should be at the 14s, but because of the political haircut that it's taking, it's up in the 18.5 area instead of the 14.5 area. Because what has gold done? As you can see right here, traders, gold has been on a rampage in that same time period. And what did this do? The same identical thing. It went on a rampage up, not down. It should have here gone down. It should have been breaking down. It should be in 14s. But because of the politics malaise that they have going on down there, this thing is not worth watching anymore until it snaps out of it, or they get rid of their president, one or the other. That's what will make it snap out of it, obviously. So as long as he stays in office, this is going to look ugly, and it's a bad tool to use. We'll watch it because we've been watching it for years, and it's been winning for years. And now we know, that's why we have it written on the chart there to stand down at ease. Don't get into the battle. Just stand to the side and wait for this all to play out, and it's politics. Pure and simple politics, nothing else. So that's it. That's the end of our currency adventure. And we've seen 3 new currencies today we haven't looked at in probably a very, very long time. I remember looking at, we had a trader who used to follow the GBP JPY. That was a real good one. And I think he also did follow the Swiss against it too once in a while. And maybe even look at the Euro, but not like he always watched every day. He would ask me to put it up, and we did. And then, I ended up changing computers, so he hasn't been around in a while. Probably made too much money, and he's just kind of like living on his private island at this point. Because our math is very, very good. All right. So from there, we close that. Close workspace. Yes. And we go over to, what is that? Oh, that's the dollar. No, that's the S&P 500 at the high ends of its range. So since that news came out back here, let's see if we can move that over just a tad. Where's that at? Since the news came out right here, right there, and they slammed it down, it's climbed up. As I was saying to '09, it goes up, then it goes down, then 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 it goes up, then it goes down. That's the nature of these things. They like to do that. Go up, and then they go down. They go up, and they go down. It's just a fact of life. And you can see here we're going towards not the highs of the day, of course, but matter of fact, if we shrink this down, the highs of the day is like 55 right there going into midnight. So we'll see if it's only 9 points away, so we'll see what they do with that. All right. From there, what do we do now? Oh, I know what we do. We go and look at, we go to, what do we do from there? We did the currencies. So now what we have up on the screen is gold. So let's look at the metals. There we go. And let's look at gold right there. You see it's been in a sell from yesterday. And we went into a sell yesterday. Still in a weekly buy, so the sells are not anything you want to take. You want to take the buys. And that was a winner chicken dinner. That was a loser chicken dinner right there. And that was a loser. No, I guess it was a winner. If it depends on how good a trader you are. If you bought it here, it gave you an opportunity to take the profit. Whereas here, it didn't give you any opportunity to take any profit. And we're at the tail end because you see here that was a winner chicken dinner. And that was a winner chicken dinner. And matter of fact, that was in a buy all the way out to here. It never gave us a sell. Went into the buy there and just stayed in that buy for all the way out to there, which is almost basically the same price. It made highs, as we always say, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, and so forth and so on. Let's see, what do we got here? Benny and the Jets. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, what's up, Benny? Hey, what is your opinion on GBP AUD? Let's check that out. Oh my God, you guys are pushing me into heaven today. I love it. I feel great. That's the 4th different currency to look at. Hooray. I love that. Let's go find the currency and go get it. I'm going to put it up on J4X and reopen my currency page here. And let's put it up on J4X. Benny and the Jets. Dun, 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 dun. GBP. P like in Peter. Okay. There it is right there. Okay, trading at 1.89, 67, and offered at 70. Okay, now let's put it in. Where do we go? We'll go put it in right down in here. Right there. There's a CAD Swiss. Someone had us watching for a while. Let's see. Let's go to that. Activate. And GBP AUD. Let's see if we have it in there. I bet we do, because I think I've seen that one asked for also. No. How about that? Let's add it. I'm surprised we don't have that one. Cash. GBP. Look up. Here it comes. Looky, looky, looky. There it is. It's the very first one. Cool. Add. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. All right, now let's put it in. There it is. And let's do that one again for the weekly. All right, there we go. Now, what do we see here? Alrighty, let's get rid of that block out of the way. You can see over in J4X to start off with, it's been more in a buy than it has in a sell, that's for sure. It's caught that whole move there, that's nice. See that? That's that action. Over here on Chicago Quant, you can see we went into a buy right there. See it right there? Wow, look at the manifold, Robin. That thing was almost touching each other. It's been in a weekly buy way back in here, back in the fast algorithm. Let's put that line in there for you. Right there. And where's the zero line? Zero line right there. There you go. The fast has been in a buy since the 174 area. It's been in a weekly buy since that. The slow joined in, you know, in this area here, in the 176 area. But at the same time, because the green line was through the negative manifold, we knew there was buying pressure coming in, especially when you're in a daily buy from, you went into the daily buy, wow, all the way back in here, the daily buy. Let's put that in there. That daily buy, this thing trends really well. This is something to definitely want to trade. Look how good it trends with the mathematics. So it goes into the buy way back there and doesn't go into a sell. Well, I guess it does. It goes into a sell right there. So let's move that over. So there you go. That's the trend. And went into a buy and didn't go into a sell until right there. Let's put that in. Wow, this is a good product. And then it goes back into the buy again. It's in the weekly buy right there for that ride again. So there's two nice big wins. You're not taking the sells. There's your next sell. You don't take that. You only take the buys because we're in the weekly buy. And there's the next buy. And that was in the buy up into there. Up into that point. Then there's your sell. And then the weekly's been in a buy forever and ever and ever. Since February. We can go like that right there for the fast. If I can get the thing to cancel. Do that. And then we'll look at it right now. Okay, so that's where the fast went into the buy. The slow went into the buy right in here. Off of this one right there. So it's been in the buy for this whole move from the 76s for sure. Then the next one was that one. There was your next... oh no, here's a buy too. That was a buy, I think. No, that wasn't a buy. That was the buy right there. So you got burned on that. Took some of your do-re-mi away. Got into the buy there, goes into the sell the next day, then it goes and makes all your money back like it usually does with our math. Our math does that all the time. 100% of the time, it makes the money back. It does that for 40 some odd years. Whenever you lose, it comes back and makes it because it wins way more than it loses. So then after losing right there, after all these big wins, and you can't take a short. So, you know, basically you're not getting short at that because we're in a weekly buy. So then you go into the buy again and it's winner, winner, chicken dinner and you own it. And again, it's a winner, winner, chicken dinner. It goes into a sell there. You wait for the buy, which is right there. I don't think it's there. Is that a buy? That's a buy. And it gives money away again. Hey, stop that stuff. And then, so there's a loss right there. And then it goes into the buy again and it's winner, winner, chicken dinner, like 5 times more than you lost. Hooray for us. So I guess we're at the, oh, you know, I mean, that's the last buy. So I guess you would wait for another sell or something like that and try to, you know, get in there and play it. How's that, Ben? Benny and the Jets. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So, traders, what is it? It is time for Doc to run away. I'm going to give you a 1-minute run of everything so you can go back on the video and check it out. Like it is what it is. This is the way. All right, so let's give it a quick run. There is gold. You can see on Chicago Quant, we're going to show you silver. There's silver. This way you can go back and look at the video. And then from there is copper. And copper is having its issues. It bounced up yesterday after being in that sell for, like up in here. But it's going right into that weekly, it looks like to me. So it's like, uh-oh, change of trend. So then from there we go over to platinum. There's the platinum. You can see it's still in the sell. And oh, it did go into the buy on that, I thought. Yes, on the buy there. And went back into the sell there. And it's still in the sell today. So I think this was a red and green at one point, but I don't know. In the end result is I'm just going to grab a red from over here and move it over to there. So, no, it's not. I'm wrong. It's just going into the sell now. It went into the buy yesterday. Right there. Put that in there like that. There we are. Over into the energy sector. Let's see. When do you reckon it will hit a sell? Which one's that? What were we looking at? What product was that? Blah, 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 blah. The currency. Let me go. I shut the currency down. Come back on Monday. We'll go hunt it down again. What was that? That was GBP AUD, I think it was. Yeah, come on Monday. We'll take it apart more. I got to get out of here. And so I'm just showing you the picture so you can look at the recording again. There is crude oil. You see we are in the weekly sell and in the daily sell. There is nat gas. Bang, bang, bang. Down it goes. Wow, they spiked it this morning and failed. What is that all about? And then we go to, what do we go to next? That's it. We're done. So, traders, everybody have a safe and smart weekend. We're out of here. We open up in 2 minutes. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. That'll be Monday. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, later, traders. Arrivederci.